5,
Do
4,
I?
3, 2, 1.
All right. Welcome back.
Welcome to the Howley Boycott podcast.
Welcome to our show.
We got our sound effects.
I am Al. What's up?
I'm Mike.
I'm Justin, the star of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. The gay porn star of the show. All right.
He's a fucking bukkake boy.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Do we have stuff to talk about? Or are we going to wing it like the last
How was
one?
your week?
It was phenomenal.
Phenomenal. It warmed
That was
up.
great.
Yeah, it's only 4 degrees outside.
It warmed up from last week.
Yeah.
So I drove the 4Runner. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's the mileage. It's like, what year is that thing? It's a 2008?
Oh, yeah.
And you still got it under 30,000 miles? It's got to be a collector
I
by
think
now.
back then it was still only a 3-runner, wasn't it?
So, yeah. For those of you who don't know, Al bought this car like freaking years ago, and I could count on one hand how many times I've seen him drive it.
Because I don't trust the fucking drivers here. I always feel like I'm going to get T-boned.
He's the same guy. He's the exact what you would think of. His couch is wrapped in plastic. There's probably plastic around his remote controls for his house.
I'm Asian. Okay.
Yeah, the best part about that comment is, 1, you're Asian. 2, you've only ever driven in Hawaii.
Everything's
You
got to
act like
stay
you're a
brand new
goddamn
forever.
expert
Like
snow-
you cannot really
Snowcat driver.
You can't comfortably use the shit you purchase. You gotta like preserve it forever.
You're like Jeremy Renner over here, or whatever his name is.
Well, because I have this old fucking beat up
Wife?
fucking Saturn.
Dude, the Saturn is like Frankenstein. It's just gonna keep going.
Yeah, so I feel more comfortable driving that shit, especially like coming out to fucking West Kansas here. You know,
That's
like
true.
You know why? Because you've done it up like a tuner.
No,
You put a new exhaust on it, a turbo.
I wish.
Bumping sound system.
That would be fucking fun.
It does have a sound system in it.
the
Got
Civic-
one 18-inch woofer.
Actually, the Civic has a. Oh, my daughter loves riding that shit.
Has
'cause
NOS?
She'll play her playlist, her Spotify playlist, and it is fucking bumping. You know, Kill Switch. You guys heard of Kill Switch?
Yeah.
She's like bumping that shit. Boom, boom, boom.
Does
boom.
she got her license yet? What's she gonna get? Is she gonna get it before she's 30? Because like the 4Runner, you're probably trying to preserve her too.
Which car? Yeah, which car are you giving her?
Probably the
None.
Honda.
Well, I actually bought the Honda for her, the Civic for her, but she's got to learn how to drive first. I mean, that's a manual. So
What kind of father are you?
the fucking best? What?
Dude, she's Hawaiian. It's in her blood. All Hawaiians drive manuals.
No, well,
All the Hawaiians I've ever met in Colorado
true.
drive manuals.
That's true.
actually, that's kind of true.
I didn't even know I was Hawaiian.
So,
That's
is your Mazda manual?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's from Maui, right?
Yep.
You're from Maui. Maui.
Haba Howie from Maui.
Shoot, brah.
Shoots, bruh. That's like
Shoot, bruh.
Shoots, brah.
that's like the shoots, bruh. you fucking blend right in.
Oh, I thought in the last week's podcast you had to take a shit. You were saying shoots, brah. I thought you were saying you had to.
It reminds me of like when Cheech Marin were teaching all those guys how to be
Readers.
Raiders.
So the two terms you gotta know: shoots, bra, and lose money. So shoots, bra is something like positive. You say, "Hey, come over, bro."
It's like a hell yeah kind of thing, or like
come over for dinner. Shoots, bro. It's like, fuck. You watch the Raiders game? Lose money. That's a two.
even if you don't lose money, you say lose money.
Lose money.
It's because like a negative
Yeah.
connotation.
Lose money. That. That one. Lose money.
Could that be taken in a negative way? Like you don't want to come over to my house and watch?
Netflix and chill.
I don't know what movies.
So
How would
whenever
you
you
say
try to
Netflix
pick up
a chilling
ladies
one?
when you were younger, they're like, lose money.
I don't think. Well, next time I think you will just say next like, hey, yeah, you like come over next. I can't even speak.
You can't even speak Hawaiian, man.
Net-
You're so confused.
Netflix and chill. Oh, yeah, okay. Next time then. Next time. You gotta play. You gotta be cool about
Gotta
it.
be
right?
Hawaiian smooth.
Yeah, okay, next time then.
All right, so
He's like, next time now? Or next time?
Next time. Bye.
is this gonna be another Hawaiian episode? Is it their Independence Day for Hawaii lately? I mean, I
There's
brought it up.
They
last
haven't
time.
broken free from us yet.
There's a King Kamehameha Day. I'm not sure what day that is.
Oh.
That is a holiday.
Does that involve a hula skirt?
It's a parade? We're gonna talk about Hawaii again.
No.
No.
You watched the Eddie?
I haven't, no.
Did you see that link I sent about the waves?
Was that the tourists?
The Eddie?
They look like they were drowning.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, man, that was epic.
You didn't go?
Dude, bruh.
Shoots, bro. No, it was like so for the Eddie. Okay, so I did not bring this. I did not know this at the last time I talked about the Eddie, but it started in 1984 in memory of Eddie Aikau, a lifeguard that passed away saving people, trying to save people, and so the waves. So this contest started in 1984. It's from December to March. There's a window, and the waves got to cooperate, right? They got to be 20 feet plus, like consistent, and they cannot be just closing out. They got to have on offshore wind, so it makes the waves hold up and not just whitewash all the way. It's only been held from last week. That was the 10th time
Since 84.
since 84 that the contest has.
And it's an invitational.
invitational. Yep. And I
So
heard
you just stay on standby around a certain time of the year? Or?
all these pro surfers, yeah. Once they hear it's on, they're jumping on a
No
plane.
matter what they do, they're out.
What do you mean?
I mean, they're
They're
good.
going out in
They're
the
out
water.
there.
They're going, yeah.
They're like, I'm getting married, but fuck it, I'm gone.
Right?
Yeah.
We talked about this because Eddie would go.
Eddie would go. That was the sign. the
Shoots,
call.
brah.
Shoots, brah.
Suits, bruh.
So, anyways, they said.
No, I gotta say it more white if I'm going to Hawaii dressed like Dog the Bounty Hunter. I don't want to sound too native.
You look native, though. You look like the Top Gun.
I will after my tattoo
You look like you were
appointment.
filming Top Gun: The Reunion, the overweight version of yourself.
After the
You look like
dude, I'm part Polynesian. We already talked about this.
you
I
look
carry
like
a little
stuffed
extra.
goose.
It's in my jeans to carry a little extra.
Yeah, I see it's in your jeans. They're barely holding on down
Yeah,
there.
they are. They're splitting at the seams. So, yeah. What else? Are we gonna keep talking about Hawaii? What else do you guys want to talk about?
I'm fine with
What'd
that.
you bring to the table there, old bearded wise one?
I told you I had trouble finding. Normally, I shoot myself 4 or 5.
The star of this
stars?
podcast.
I
I don't really have a rant. But
didn't really find a big story, but here's one. Surgeons extract condom wrapped banana man ate in hormonal rage fit.
a condom wrapped banana he ate in a hormonal rage fit. All right.
So
I need
34
need more detail on this.
was he trying to get some sexual peeling? A 35-year-old man
Nice.
had to be hospitalized
More
after
than
eating
a
banana
peeling?
wrapped in a condom in a fit of rage, which resulted in a serious bowel blockage. Case study describing his banana contraceptive calamity, deemed to be the world's first
Oh.
case of its kind.
That reminds me of something. I'll tell that off camera. Though. I don't want
The
to.
bizarre case came
I
to
don't
light
wanna
after
say it
the
on
identified patient had reported to the hospital experiencing abdominal pain, nausea, and vomiting. Meanwhile, wasn't able to tolerate any food or drink, and he hadn't had a bowel movement in 24 hours.
But at least he didn't get pregnant because men can get pregnant now. So
He's gonna have a little banana.
And then it has a picture of it here.
are you shitting me?
The banana was going bad inside the condom. So my question here is, and there's more to this story, subsequent breast surgery.
All right,
Discharged 3 days
you
later.
gotta send me that
Disgusting.
picture
So my question is,
for the podcast. I need the picture.
Send him the picture, Justin.
Well, you don't have to do it now, but
Oh, I forgot to send you the video of the head contest that was going on in the backyard. But anyway.
Oh, I don't know if I want to post that though.
You're not going to see her face. You don't see her face.
Well,
my thing is, what kind of argument, fight, what makes you so mad that in a fit of rage,
it's like you can't swallow that.
you put a banana inside of a condom and then eat the fucking thing?
You know what I'm going to do?
I think this was sexual. I think his story was...
I bet you don't know how to put a condom on. Show me on this banana. And I bet you can't swallow it.
Yeah, I would like to know the sequence of events that led to this.
And I bet you cannot swallow that banana with the condom.
Yeah, you're right. The sequence of events is, I'm curious about. How does one get angry
maybe
enough
he was
to do
trying
this?
to demonstrate how to give oral, and the lube on the condom it just slipped right down his throat. I mean,
what did happen, Justin?
it doesn't. I don't recall. I was lose money.
Oh shit! There's no volume.
You have no volume
Oh
on
wait,
it.
retake.
Wah, wah.
Shit, lose money. Just edit that shit later.
Yeah, I'll just edit that shit later. Yeah, I would really like to know the backstory on this.
It's sus. Yeah, definitely.
What was the start of this where you had a condom and a banana and then later rage? What? How did these things come together?
Inadequate? I'll show you inadequate.
That's not how you give head. Let me show you how you... I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm dumbfounded with that one.
Excuse me.
Hey, I thought if anybody knew, Mike would know.
Yeah.
I don't. I've never gotten that angry.
He knows how to get it stuck up his ass.
If anyone knows about shoving things in their mouth in a fit of rage, it's Mike.
That's usually like burritos and tacos.
Fast food.
Yeah,
God, you were damn angry eating that Arby's the other day.
Yeah, dude. I freaking made it all disappear in like
Last
3
week,
minutes.
holy shit.
Holy crap! You're just shoving that.
Hell
fucker down
yeah.
there.
I haven't had Arby's in forever.
I know. They're like overlooked, huh? Like when it comes to all these fast food chains.
I think that there's something. So like McDonald's uses a color scheme to trigger appetite. I think Arby's is missing that because I never see Arby's and go, ooh, I want Arby's. But whenever I go, I don't know what to eat, and I get Arby's, I go, I'm glad I got Arby's.
Yeah. I think McDonald's is schemed up enough of attracting children that whether you're a parent
like a pedophile
or a child or whatever, it's a go-to mentally.
Yeah, but you got
for family or when you were a kid.
When you think of fast food, is McD's, BK, Taco Bell, Wendy's. Right.
Yeah. That's usually McDonald's.
My youngest actually Arby's. I think is his favorite.
Really? Yeah. He'll always bring up Arby's.
But he doesn't eat roast beef. That's the weirdest thing. He likes their. He does like it occasionally, but he likes their chicken sliders. They have
really.
Yeah, he likes that.
Wow.
He likes the fries. I think.
I'd say I'm either usually a McDonald's or Taco Bell kind of guy.
I'm more of a Taco Bell.
Jack in the Box has very similar fries too.
Jack in the Box is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's so fucking greasy. The burgers.
Terrible. God. The only thing Jack in the Box is good for, and I had them once because we were trying to find something close, was those like mini tacos they have.
Yeah.
Those things, for some reason, they're like.
I like Del Taco.
You could just buy those at Walmart and then frickin' throw them in your air fryer.
I'll choose Del Taco over Taco Bell though.
Really, I don't think Del Taco's all that.
Well, they have carne asada.
Something about just the only thing about Taco Bell that I really dig is just regular, plain Jane crunchy taco. And give me a 12-pack of those bitches, and I'll down them.
The party pack, the 16.
Yeah, I'll freaking down them.
Those are easy to eat.
Yeah.
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 You know, the meat's mostly filler.
Yeah, but it's so good.
There's hardly any beef in there.
Good, That's what I told her, too.
It's
all filler.
It's mostly filler.
It's all filler. Yeah, it's just seasoned. It's probably like corn. It's just corn based in the meat, probably.
I don't care. It tastes
like
good.
98%.
Yeah, they say all there's so many myths about. If you're watching this, comment below what myth you've heard about Taco Bell meat. I've heard of like lower than dog food grade.
No,
I'm gonna have to try some dog food.
Well, it's about the same because dog food has a lot of filler and a lot of corn filler. It's probably
not what my dogs eat, but damn it, you got to pay a lot of money.
Yeah,
if you don't want corn. It's the number one filler.
Yeah. My dog eats. She's spoiled. But Taco Bell is kind of like the same. Is mostly corn.
I got a freaking golden retriever, and if anyone has a golden retriever out there knows this, if you give them shitty food, they have sensitive stomachs. They'll start just puking shit up. They'll eat it. They'll wolf it down. They have no problem. They'll eat anything, but they're gonna puke up crappy.
They love that peanut butter, huh?
So we have to go around. We had to just keep trying different food, and whatever one he didn't puke up is what we went with both of them.
Arby's.
Our Ozzy will keep any of the food down. It doesn't matter. Not difficult to find food for him. But anyway, and they like banana stuffed inside of condoms too. That when they get angry, I throw it in between them when they start fighting, so they can eat it in a fit of rage.
They probably eat less when you give them that too, because it's stuck in their intestine.
Yeah. So, but anyhow.
So do you have you said you had a rant this week?
I don't have a rant. I do have a story. Well, I guess I could go off on a rant.
Okay, you want to introduce it? You want to start our new segment, Mike's Rant?
Go ahead.
Should I start with Mike?
Wait, we got to introduce it. Mike's Rant. He's mad. Listen up.
Well, you guys, I'll let you guys choose between.
It's your floor for 5 minutes, so whatever you want.
But should I turn into Grammar Nazi again?
There's no time limit. Go.
Do you want Grammar Nazi, or do you want to go? What happened to the Tate brothers?
You have the floor.
Whatever you want to rant about.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the Grammar Nazi stuff. I've expressed myself plenty of times. When people say words that end in CT, for instance, like project, it's not project. It's project. Okay, that's one. Then there's no X sound in espresso, especially escape. There's no X in those words. Stop using it. It's escape, espresso, especially. But the new one that I got now, the other thing is when people overuse words. Like I think back in the late 90s, early 2000s, basically was a big word. Every other word is basically what it is basically this, right? Or honestly, like, please don't lie to me, right? The new one is at work, adjudicate. So I think it means to make a formal judgment on X, Y, Z. And if you don't use adjudicate at least 3 times a day, then you're obviously not part of the cool crowd now. So adjudicate is the word of the year. Learn how to use it. It's never, I need somebody to make a decision on this. It's, I've presented this document and I need somebody to adjudicate it. Stop using it. Doesn't make you sound smarter. It makes you just sound like you're using a word to sound smart. Anyway. End of rant. I think that's it. It wasn't angry enough probably this week. And
that's Mike's rant.
So,
yeah, you want to see me get angrier, we could talk politics later.
So do you think we should kick in and adjudicate his rant?
Yeah.
Shut your whore mouth. So I got a topic though.
I actually haven't heard that. I haven't heard anybody use that.
No, it's only in the
I know
MDA.
the word, obviously.
It's only amongst government and government contractors and things that adjudicate. Stop using it. It drives me fucking crazy. It's every other word. I hear it 5 times a day.
It is especially
God, shut up with that shit too. And when you were working on that project, it was especially.
You just can't escape that.
I think I've heard that pronouncing words correctly is a form of white supremacy. Mike,
that wouldn't surprise me this day and age. Oh my gosh.
Formal education, anything to do with that?
Well, no, because it leads to a lot of other bullshit. Maybe the rant's not over.
It's not.
We're butchering the fucking language, all right? We got cis. We've got all this other, like, them, zer bullshit. We're going to, they, them being used incorrectly in sentencing. We're butchering our language for no freaking reason. It's stupid. And it makes you sound unintelligent anyway. Not that I sound intelligent, but I'm just saying.
You remember when ain't wasn't a word and then it got added?
Hate?
Ain't. A-I-N.
Oh, ain't. Yeah, another one.
Yeah.
I mean, but we all use it.
It is now a word, though. It was added.
Well, you know, like words that start with a K, like knowledge, or cano, or knife. The K was actually pronounced. You know,
You're a liar.
It was a soft K. No, look it up. It was actually pronounced like, where 1600, whatever. I don't know the time.
But it was hard to pronounce, so they decided to start leaving it out.
It was a soft K. Knowledge. I mean, that's how it was actually pronounced.
All right, folks, I'm going to do some research on this. I'll get back to you on it. I don't believe this.
Over time, the K got dropped. It's just the way we spoke. Like English does not sound like you heard of old English, right?
Mm-hmm.
The is pronounced the and all that.
All right, let me ask you this because this seems to be a point of.
Well, English language change.
Is it when you have do you have an aunt or do you have an aunt?
I've heard it both ways.
Well, in the lower 48, yeah. What do they say in Hawaii?
Auntie.
Okay.
Should be aunt.
Yeah.
Well, no, and my wife will say aunt too, but my dad says aunt.
I say cunt.
And so my dad, whenever my wife says aunt, my dad corrects her, says aunt. She's like, we say aunt.
Yeah, it goes both ways, I guess. It's like
I pronounce it forbidden love.
Okay, is it data or data?
I've heard it both ways.
Yeah. I think I use that interchangeably. I don't think I pronounce it one way.
If you're
or
watching
the
Star
other.
Trek, it's data.
I don't say database. I'll usually say database. I'll say data center. But
how about the graphics file, GIF? How do you pronounce that?
I just say GIF.
GIF.
Yeah.
It's not peanut butter.
It's not. Yeah. It's not GIF because it would be.
It was Hispanic.
Yeah, so I've heard this argument on how it's supposed to be pronounced, and people will say GIF. It's a GIF file, but it stands for graphical interface file, graph. So it's a hard G. So it's GIF.
Kind of like Easy-E.
Yeah.
A hard G.
No, but if you're going to pronounce the acronym.
And Ice-T.
Yeah. With the ice
and a hip hop and you
cube,
don't stop and up in it.
Ice Cube in the iced tea.
Ice Cube in the iced tea. 2 Shaw Rib.
And Tupac Shakur.
Tupac Shakur.
No, but so I've heard this argument. It's like, it's not a GIF. It's a GIF. I'm like, do you know what it fucking stands for? So if you understand the acronym, it is GIF. You would pronounce it GIF.
Yeah, if you're pronouncing the G the same way as
and
the whole word says.
They still would argue with me.
That's because you're not pronouncing the K at the beginning of it.
Knif.
No, it's Kagif.
Kagif.
Graphical.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
yeah, whatever.
Because they're the ones getting technical with me, and when I correct them, they don't like it. It's like, it's not GIF.
They're not going to be talked
That's
down to by
because English
a
isn't even your
Hawaiian.
first language. How are you going to tell them about their language?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I won't be talked down to by a Hawaiian.
Who am I to explain the English language? Shoots, bro.
Shoots,
Lose
bro.
money.
Lose money.
Anyway, so I'll delete that one. I'm off my rant.
You guys watch any football this week?
Oh yeah,
I
we've
did.
got people going to the Super Bowl now. We know who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
It's rigged.
Philadelphia and Kansas
Both
City.
games, there was a lot of calls going one direction in both
Dude,
games.
both those teams were favored in their playoffs.
Well, I would
You
have
know,
to
the
say,
NFL is officially listed as an entertainment and not a sports.
yeah.
I would 100% agree.
Well, and that's because of a tax cut they get. If they call themselves entertainment, they get a tax break, which is a sport. That's why they're doing it. But I know where you're going, though.
And I'm with them.
WWE calls themselves entertainment.
Yeah, that's why
Sports entertainment.
Every controversial plays down at the 1 inch line. It's never anywhere in the middle of the field. We can move the ball down the field all day long, but then everything happens to the one. And the last 2 minutes of the game takes an hour and a half to watch.
Well, in the
Every freaking
NFC
playoff.
Championship, though, I mean,
I didn't watch
they
any
were
of this,
down
by the
to
way.
their fourth string quarterback. I mean, come on. You at that point, you don't expect the Niners to win.
Again,
you know?
I think I've said it on the podcast before. I think if you want to watch an honest football game, go watch freaking high school football.
Even that's rigged.
No. There's no money involved in that.
No,
There's just too much money involved in the NFL for me to believe that it's
you ever
straight up
seen
legit.
Friday Night Lights? Friday Night Lights, yeah. It's a documentary about Texas football.
Yeah.
They follow this high school team around. Watch it and tell me it's not rigged.
Well, they're
as
talking
far
about
as- as
small
far as
farm towns, and that's all
recruiting
you got.
talent and getting talent on the team.
Tell me it's not. There's not politics involved. Then.
All right, go watch middle school football then if you want an honest football game.
that's rigged.
Please.
Yeah, maybe not middle school because there's not a lot of money, but in high school there's a lot of money involved.
Have you ever played Tecmo Bowl?
Well,
Bo Jackson,
Yeah, have your Bo Jackson.
LA Raiders.
You can run to the end zone and back, into the end zone and back, in the end zone and back, and never get tired.
Yeah. Well, that was Bo Jackson though.
Yeah.
He never got tired.
because he played baseball and football,
Yeah.
so
Footsie.
he's
So
Bo
somebody
Jackson, dude.
Somebody's playing footsies. And Bo knows your wife. So
So I got a couple Bo Jackson baseball cards. Donruss, I don't know
Royals.
what year. Yeah, definitely Kansas City
Mr.
Royals.
Bojangles. Oh, different one.
But anyway,
What do you got, Al?
yeah, you got anything, Al? Or you want me to bring up the next
I
topic?
have nothing.
Okay.
That's
Well, I'll bring up
So,
Oh, you can talk about Hawaii for 50 minutes, but
I was gonna bring up Hawaii.
Pink, we all heard of her, right? Tells fans who oppose Roe versus Wade to never fucking listen to my music again. Roe versus Wade, the landmark ruling which protects one's rights to an abortion in every state, was overturned on Friday. So this is obviously old, June 27th, 2022. Pink is giving a piece of her mind to the people who support the U.S. Supreme Court's recent decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. After Roe v. Wade, the landmark case which protected one's choice to have an abortion in every state, was overturned, the So What singer, that's I guess one of her songs, went on a Twitter rampage and delivered a message for its supporters. Don't listen to her music. Let's be clear. If you believe the government belongs to a woman's uterus, a gay person's business or marriage, or that racism is okay, then please come in the name of your Lord. Never fucking listen to my music again, and also fuck right off. We good? The singer, 42, wrote on Saturday night. She later quoted posts from Twitter users who fired back, including one who wrote, "I hope her agent survives the stroke." Pink wrote back, "I am my agent. We're fine." I'm just trying to skim the rest of it. In between, tweeting back and forth with several users disagreeing with her messages and claiming no one listens to her songs, Pink further explained the intensity of her thoughts. Quote, "I think all of our nerves are collectively fried from so many years of racism, misogyny, homophobia, etc., plus pandemics, mass shootings, wars, and total lunacy, hypocrisy, ignorance of the GOP. It's all a bit much," she wrote, "but we will stick together. Good will prevail over evil."
And I'll say this, it is hard maintaining all of that. I have a hard time doing all of that all the time.
Yeah, so I think, first of all, she doesn't, quote, this song is for the justices, Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, Neil Gorsuch, Amy Coney Barrett, Brett Kavanaugh. We hate you. We hate you, she added. Clarence Thomas is a black dude, so because she says that, isn't that racism? I mean, by her standards, her political side of the fence.
I don't think that side of the aisle considers him black, so...
So here's the thing. I think that my take on it is she doesn't, first of all, know what Roe v. Wade is or what it means.
Yep.
That's number one. That's most people's problem with it when they throw this little hissy fit about it. Secondly is, I heard one song by her once upon a time. I think it's called like You in Your Hand or something. And back then, the message that song delivered, I thought, well, if you're my only option besides my hand, I'll take my hand. So that's good. You look like a dude anyway. So she just looks clean and smooth and like a shiny dude.
Yeah, and
so I don't really care. I won't listen to your music. It's fine. I haven't been.
If people look into what the Supreme Court did, they did not.
They kicked it back to the states.
Outlaw abortion. All they said was the government's not involved in this.
Right.
That's all they said.
Which is what she was arguing against, that the government shouldn't be involved in this.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
and what people forget, a year before this, the Texas declared abortion illegal in their state a year before the Supreme Court came to this decision. So what people don't understand is every state could have done this way before the Supreme Court's had any say in what they just did. And they forget about this, and they think the Supreme Court is changing the way we look at abortion and all. No, it was always there. The Supreme Court just says the government's not.
We don't have a dog in this fight.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they said. That's all.
Which is what she wanted. That's what she stated, right?
Yeah. So the government says we're bowing out, which is exactly what Pink says. Their government doesn't belong there, so the government shouldn't be making a decision on it. That's exactly it. It belongs to the states.
And I mean, the media is feeding the people this because a lot of people they won't look into it and know what the truth is.
Yeah.
They'll just believe what the mainstream media says is like abortion's outlawed. It's like, no, it's not outlawed. You know, like in our state, Colorado, you can get an abortion still legally. Yeah. Legally,
and in my opinion, too far along in the development of the child,
but birth.
Yeah, that's a little bit too far.
So,
and it's so far cry from safe, legal,
let's
and rare.
Let's just be honest, though. The real problem with this entire thing is it's nearly impossible to find wire hangers anymore. That's the real problem with this argument.
Yeah, they've created the scarcity of wire hangers.
I'm out.
Well, but then again. What do we know? We don't have uteruses,
you
so
can't
we can't
even get into your car anymore if you fucking lock your keys in there.
I got a Slim Jim. I don't need a coat hanger.
Does that work for abortion?
I'm out.
My point is, the next step of the argument, when you make too many points in this, is they go,
his name's Justin, ladies and gentlemen.
Please comment and subscribe.
What they always come fire back with is, you don't have a uterus, so you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you got a shit again?
It's like,
nah, my nose is, I'm allergic to Mike's mom's basement.
It's a mildew. Old people have mildew in their homes.
Well, I don't need to have a uterus to know what I'm talking about. That's my point.
But if you don't have a uterus, you don't even belong in this conversation.
Wrong.
Oh, what? It's like,
because it takes two to make a woman pregnant, and it's not a one person job at all.
You know, it's like a male gynecologist. What, he can be a gynecologist?
I'm glad you brought that up because I got another story.
Or a veterinarian. You know, they're not a cat or a dog or
this was a little bit more interesting.
So they can't know the physiology or whatever of this animal because they're not one. That's ridiculous, you know.
This is back in 2019, but transgender activist who sued beauty salons for refusing to wax her male genitals now says a gynecologist refused to see her. Well, yeah, because you don't have the lady parts.
I think we might have talked about the waxing thing on here a while back.
Did we?
I feel like we did.
Jessica Were they from Canada?
They had refused to do the waxing and
Wax on.
So
wax
now
off.
it's bumped up.
I don't know
This
the
is
same
still
person,
back in
but
2019.
I don't know
though.
if it's
This
the
is an
same
old one.
person, but
So a
Mr.
gynecologist
Miyagi?
office that I got referred to literally told me today that we don't serve transgender patients. Well, because you don't have what they specialize in, which is like a vagina, a uterus, a clitoris, labia, these kind of things. You don't have those. So what do you want us to look at? Your dick? Come on.
inverted.
It's not the way that works.
Did you see the rant that?
But anyway.
Who is that? What's her name? Megyn Kelly went on the other day
No.
about the women's.
She has nothing to say, in my opinion.
Well, I think she was expressing being upset about them treading on what an actual woman was. I don't even remember
What did she say?
I don't even remember what the original premise of the story was. I don't even remember. I just remember seeing a clip of her going on what are they going to do? Look at the hole that was created in your body. It was something to do with I can't. Maybe it was gynecologist stuff. It might have been.
Well, wait a minute though. So what was the basis of her argument essentially?
That women have unique circumstances,
Yeah.
and these people are treading on what actually makes up a woman and their unique things that happen to them.
I agree with her.
I think
I don't even remember what the premise of it was.
feminists should stand up for this shit. I mean,
Well, it's the same reason why feminists should stand up for women's sports.
yeah.
Did you
Men
see that
shouldn't be
figure
allowed
skater?
in it. Sorry.
Was it Finland?
Oh, I did see that.
The headline I saw was, transgender finally joined the one sport where women have the upper hand, basically because they're lighter and they're more,
Yeah, they could fly easier and
flexible
spin
and-
faster.
goes out on the ice and immediately falls down.
It's like within the first 15 seconds. And then someone goes over there with a flag and waves it as he tries to.
Yeah, they continue the presentation and try to help him up.
It's just, that was a sad presentation. I'm sorry, but there's things that women do really well that men don't, and vice versa.
They were calling it Blades of Glory 2 or something like that. I saw something about that.
I did see that, though. I know exactly what you're talking about. That showed up on my feed on my Instagram, I think. But,
I can't even take that
horrendous.
stuff serious. I'm okay, whatever you want to do,
Yeah. Well, we're not denying that.
but
It's just,
you're fucking.
No, if I want to put on a tutu and I want to dance the ballet, that's okay, but I'm not going to claim to be a professional at it.
The
I'm
same people
joking
that would be
around.
like, don't press your religion on me, will then turn around and press whatever the fuck they believe on you
Yeah.
in the same breath. That's what gets me.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be respectful. If there was a trans person in this room right now, we will be respectful to what they want to be called. He, she, they, them.
Absolutely.
We'll be respectful. But if you're gonna tell me
I'm toxic.
what is a man and what is a woman? In my opinion, a man is born a man and a woman is born a woman.
I think that's
You-
about
you-
90%
you know,
of people's
that's-
perspective, at least.
But and it's two different things. It's my opinion on what a man is and what a woman is, and if you want to be trans, go for it. Go do you. I'm not against it. But don't be telling me what a man
I
is.
agree. And
what
I
a-
think there's only
what a
one way
woman
to
is.
settle this. We need to bring one on that's willing to have sex with you, and you can tell us whether it feels the same or not. Mister, I still get morning wood.
I think it smells different, at least.
Yeah, my shit worked. My shit worked. As long as I don't know the truth, and this trans woman looks really like a woman, convincing, I'm
You'd
down.
be like, this feels different.
I'm down.
But what if it doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, like as soon as I'm there and it's like, okay, something's weird, then yeah.
Would you approach that? Would you be like, hey, were you ever a man? How would you
No,
approach
I wouldn't want to know.
Yeah.
I was like, something's messed up with your vajayjay down there. And she'd be like, oh yeah, I just had it
Yeah.
fixed.
Did somebody say steak?
No, but I mean that's
Must be some
what
sort
I
of
mean. It's
mistake.
like live and let live. You feel like you're a woman, you want to be a woman when you're born a man, or vice versa. like live, you be you. I'm not against that. I'm not against that.
Oh gosh, though. But what about the one that they
don't-
just came out all upset that? Oh gosh, something that had to do with women. They kicked him out, her out, whatever. But it's really just like a dude that walks like a trucker, makes no attempt at like lightening up his voice, just has a wig on. And it's like, you're not even making a serious effort toward this lifestyle you claim to live.
So I have a serious question for once. Ethics of, because where this is going at some point is look very convincing on a lot of levels, some of them.
Yes.
Disclosure.
I think morally you are obligated to disclose that.
But if they really feel like they're a woman, then what are they disclosing? In their mind,
they're disclosing that they were born biologically male.
I mean, it's kind of like a STD, right? Herpes or something. Is like if your partner did not tell you this, it's like that's fucked up, right? Yeah. I think that goes along the same line. I mean, if you fall in love with a person, you fall in love with the person, regardless, right? So you need to disclose all this shit, right off the bat. I think from day one, and then whatever happens there.
So what if a man?
Well, not necessarily day one, just day one from where it starts getting serious.
Yeah, maybe
when you're monogamous. Relationship.
What if a man is a firm believer in God and is willing to wait till marriage?
Then you must.
And it's not disclosed to him.
Yeah, but if the relationship gets serious, right? I mean, you're going to get engaged. You're going to get engaged.
So what was the way that you could decipher this? You just automatically go, well, I'm hoping to have kids one day. What do you think?
Well, even that, if a woman can have children and the relationship is getting serious.
Well, that's what I mean. How would you figure that out? Is there questions you could ask?
Well, the woman has to say
that one right there.
Have you ever been a man?
Well, I mean,
we're going down that road where that's going to be a legitimate relationship question.
You just answered your own question. That question right there opens the door. Like, do you want to have children one day? And that person now, I think at that point in time, is morally obligated to say, I can't because of even if it was biologically a female, if that person was biologically a female and say for whatever reason at a young age had to have a hysterectomy, that's the time you say, hey, I can't have children.
But my doctor told me I'm unable to have children, and they leave it at that.
No,
that's. I think at that point you need to.
No, you're morally obligated. And if you don't, and your husband finds out later, then he's perfectly within his rights, both on a moral level and otherwise, to ask for a divorce.
And I mean that goes the other way around too, right?
Yeah.
Like when you propose to your man, you're gonna tell him that you're actually a woman.
I'm actually straight.
Something.
I don't normally do this.
I don't have a penis.
Testosterone therapy is working great, as you can see, folks.
I don't normally do this.
But yeah, that was a strap on because I don't have a penis. I mean, you got to be honest because you're fucking with someone else's life, right?
Well, not only that, but a solid relationship's built on honesty anyway.
Yeah, but the way the climate is nowadays,
at least it starts that way.
Why should I tell you? Because if there's a problem, you're the one that has the problem and not me.
No, but that's not true with all trans people. All trans people, they're not demanding that a trans woman be called a woman.
They want to be called Klinger?
No, they're fine with saying
Klinger was his name.
Yeah,
in MASH. Yeah,
they're fine with saying that they are a trans woman. It's more like the media is pushing this, and woke people they're pushing this that a woman's a woman.
But I think though that the trans folks catch it and then they feel like, oh, I'm supposed to be pushing it, and they get.
Well, it's not the whole community.
It's cyclical, but I think it's cyclical in a certain way.
But it's not the whole community is doing that.
No.
Oh, do you know some that
community? The majority of the community isn't.
I do. That was our president.
No, it wasn't.
Do they work on A
That's our
shift?
president.
Do they work on A shift?
No. No, but you don't. Yeah, you don't know him, but.
Do I not know him because I don't know, or do I not know him?
You know, you
He
never
landed
met,
on his feet,
Oh,
though.
okay.
You never met them. But they're totally. I mean, like what they hear in the media and all this, they're totally against it. It's like it's ridiculous.
not like that.
Like they're
Right.
they're not trying. It's more trans men that I know, and they're not. They're fine with being trans men. They're not saying I am a man. You know, they're not pushing that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even like in a gay community and all that, they're fine with, just having that label of being gay.
I would say they're probably more embarrassed by what the media puts on more so than what they actually are.
Like a lot of them, they hate gay pride parades. They fucking despise it.
I would think if you're trying to be treated equally, anything that says I'm different, parade.
Yeah.
No, but they despise it because what they see is
Right.
especially the gay men. They're using this opportunity to exploit themselves. It's all about them. It's not about the movement. You know, they'll wear the sleaziest, the freaking G strings or whatever, and walking around and flaunting themselves.
Whatever has the most shock value.
It turns into look at me. It's not look at the movement.
Right.
So I know a lot of them that they went to one and they said never again. They're never going to march in another gay pride parade ever because it's not about the movement anymore. I know a lot.
I think generally speaking, it's so normalized now that it's like I could give two shits what happens behind your bedroom doors. I really could. Doesn't change my life in the least. And it is exactly that. And I'm on board with the gay folks who feel that way. It doesn't need to be celebrated every 2 fucking seconds. We don't need to make rainbow fucking Cheerio boxes and everything else because Gay Pride Month. I don't care. We're not going to celebrate it. I'm not going to celebrate it.
Well, there's the argument that diversity actually does the opposite of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We celebrate different cultures and there's foods and things that they do that are different. Well, diversity promotes integrating. Mm-hmm. And you take that uniqueness away from people when you're trying to say everybody needs to blend in and mesh and do the same thing.
I've been saying it for years, though. We used to be called America the melting pot, and it's not a melting pot, hasn't been a melting pot for the last 50 years. It's turned more into like a salad bowl. So where everything's segregated, everything's separated.
A fruit cocktail,
and we gotta be out. We gotta get in arguments about these topics. And the answer is no, we don't. Live and let live. Fine, and that's the way I look at it. I don't agree with it. That doesn't mean I hate you.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. That's fine. And you don't have to agree with the way I live, and we can have that disagreement and still be friends.
Yeah.
But respect each other's culture and the way we do things.
Yeah, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean you hate.
It has nothing to do with
you can celebrate the beauty of certain rituals and things that people do, or foods that they eat, or whatever else. And without
here's another topic that is not really thrown up into the limelight. Here's the Asian hate that's been going on. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't really hear unless you go looking for it. You don't hear about it, but it's happening weekly. Like Asians getting beaten up. And
I don't understand that because all Asians know kung fu.
Yeah, but I'm talking about 80-year-olds. Well,
they should know kung fu
an
too.
80-year-old Asian is kind of like a 32-year-old Caucasian, though. But
I've seen Karate Kid, dude. Mr. Miyagi was pretty old, and I still saw him whoop some ass.
No, I don't know why the media does not push this topic.
It's not nearly as controversial.
Well,
it's just like the college entry exams, making it harder for the Asians to get in.
Yeah,
some sort of normalized for the white.
I think there's a feeling that Asians are on par with whites, if not more entitled or whatever.
Okay, so I'm making this shit up, but everything you can argue about in this country about racism and economics, the difference in you coming from a low income versus high income household, everything you can say, like, this country is holding me down, these people are holding me down.
The Asians can say it.
Can be proven false when you look at the Asian community.
Yep.
They come here, they don't speak the language.
They have all poor, the same gripes or more.
They're poor. They live in the same neighborhoods as other minorities.
Right.
But in one generation, they make it out of there.
They overcome. They adapt and overcome.
I think, and this is going to make me sound like a dickhead.
No, you always sound like that.
Yeah.
Certain cultures, I mean, you talk about, Indian culture. There's a community that promotes each other versus pulling each other backwards or degrading each other or,
Wait, define Indian culture.
Well, like,
which kind
from
of
India?
7-Eleven?
Indians. Okay.
Well, like,
7-Eleven or
Middle
casinos.
Eastern, they come here and they thrive. They open businesses. They do
When
things.
you say they hold
Asians
each other
do that.
back?
They come here. I think there's certain cultures, certain races that are better about community. Jewish community is like that. Asian community is like that. The parents are there. They promote.
Oh, they help one another.
I think there's a culture. The culture built within the culture is building, promoting to do better.
A lot of it is don't bring shame to the family. That's the bulk of it.
From the Asian side of the house. Yeah,
it's like do not.
Basically, accountability. I guess you're promoting it, but you're holding each other accountable.
I remember distinctly, like, my parents telling me, like, all of my ancestors before me made it so I can walk proud with my name. Like, don't fuck it up. You have no right to fuck up the name.
Oh man, poor Allison.
And they had no problem with the gay porn stuff, though.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're famous.
Experimenting.
They're famous.
You know what all that pressure brought? All that pressure brought made up stories about haunted house, ghosts.
Everything's
trauma.
made up. Yeah, I'm not even Asian. I'm Mexican, fool.
But look at the movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once and whatever the name of that shit is. Look, dude, it's freaking up for an award. Did it get the award? I don't know. Probably did. Because them Asians are overachievers, bro.
No, it's all, it's kind of like, it's drilled into their heads, like, do not embarrass the family, But
like, I think their approach, too, with how they're treated, the embarrassment goes hand in hand with that. You know what I mean? Like, if I throw a fit because I'm not getting this or I'm being treated this way, that also brings shame. Yeah. The idea is to just work harder and overcome.
They compare you to everybody. Like, why can't you be like your cousin? Why can't you be like your neighbor? Why can't you be like a friend? You're compared to everybody. Like, like you gotta be fucking. Here's the bar. You gotta be up here. It's drilled into you. If not, you bring shame to the family. You embarrass the family. You embarrass the name.
Why do you have to use a calculator?
I mean, like, honestly, like, have your parents...
Your neighbor doesn't have to use, your buddy doesn't have to use calculator.
That must be a lot of pressure because, this, I really know one Asian guy and he's constantly at the bar drinking. No, his life has been stressful.
His dog is a designated driver.
No.
He's not even a Shiba Inu or whatever the hell that dog is.
It's white. The dog's actually white. No, but
oh, so you hang out with white dogs to blend in?
No, but have your parents ever told you that do not embarrass the name, do not embarrass the family name, like
no,
to that level?
Out of my father's constant drunken stupor, those words never came out of his mouth.
Not in those words, but it was dealt in punishment.
Yeah.
In other words, like, obviously the action or the reason for the punishment was, you're making me look bad, or you're making us look bad. Yeah. We're not that kind of people. We're not that class of people.
Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of on the same level there.
Yeah.
So
nothing I could have done would have been lower than what my father
was doing.
Yeah, you got
my Asian friends. No, it was not to the same level.
We got black sheeps in the family, but
it was like my Asian,
they only have a master's.
No.
For all my Asian friends, it's like, okay. Give you an example. My dad had to come get us in the middle of the night because whatever, we got busted by the cops. Okay, he would come get us. We'd go home, and that was it. if Tom was half white, half Japanese. If his parents got called in the middle of the night, his mom was showing up, and she was this little Japanese woman. She'd just be like, listen to the cops. She would keep her mouth shut, be very respectful of the cops, and then just freaking seem like everything was calm and cool. And Tom was like 6'1" or something like that. She would just be all of a sudden out of the blue, whack, right in front of the cop, just smacking right across the face. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm showing you, I'm disciplining him here.
They're never gonna back up their child if the police are involved.
Yeah,
it's the child's fault. Because I've seen parents telling the cops, like, stop harassing my kid.
Yeah,
I've seen that happen.
I was big on that with my kids.
And
what are you doing wrong that you're in this situation?
No, and that's probably why your kids are all right.
I just
because you don't take your kid's side all the time.
The teacher, this and that. Well, you're going to deal with difficult people. Fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Quit fucking around in class. I know how you are.
Yeah, exactly. And parents who parent like that end up with adult kids that are all right. You know, not entitled.
I overheard a conversation just recently. So the guy says his 16-year-old kid just got a felony for assault. So the kid and their friends, they were out in the car fucking doing burnouts and shit, you know, throughout the neighborhood. So one guy decides to follow him in his truck. They follow him and they stop at, you know, a convenience store or something. And the adult that followed them got out and, you know, started fucking, you know, speaking his mind. He's like, you fucking kids, blah, 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 blah. So the group of kids, the teenagers, fucking jumped the guy, beat him up, and cops got involved. And so this guy says, yeah, he gets a knock on the door at midnight, whatever. Fucking cops at the door and tell him, you know, you got to go get your kid. And he says, you know, I'm not even mad at my kid, but I'm mad at the guy that followed them. Why didn't he just call the cops? You know, and
cops wouldn't have done anything.
In my head, I'm like, I would be fucking livid if my child did something like that. I'll be fucking livid.
Yeah, I think you can be upset about the method he used, but the accountability should still be there.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm not even mad at my kid. That's the words that came out of his mouth. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
No, I would kick my kid's ass as soon as he got home.
You did something, and now I'm fucking involved here. Of what you did, I'm fucking involved.
Yeah,
that is bullshit. You know, like, we gotta go to court. You know, it's like I gotta spend time. You know, maybe getting you a lawyer. That's money and shit like that. It's like.
Well, just like part of me agrees, like, well, the guy followed him and whatever. Eventually the kids would have either killed somebody or got caught by the cops or hurt somebody. But the other part is those kids, they didn't have to kick the dude's ass too. They could just be like, oh, fuck off, dude, and then walk away.
Exactly. And it's
so the kids were fucking idiotic.
Well, and now they don't feel like they're accountable for anything they do.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing. You weren't even mad at him.
No, as a parent,
police were wrong because you told him police were wrong.
He was pissed at the guy that followed him.
It's your job as a parent to express disappointment in the behavior of your child.
It's like, I don't care if the guy handled it wrong. Yeah, the cops.
I think that's the message. Like, I don't agree that he followed you.
But you guys,
you did something for him to follow you, and then after that, you did something even more.
Yeah.
Had you not been driving around like a dumbass or your buddy driving or whoever, we wouldn't even be in this situation. I mean, so it started with you guys.
I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I always, like, if I had close friends over, I always told them, they would be like, well, I don't want to say nothing. Your kid was blah, blah. I'm like, no, absolutely tell them, whether I'm sitting there or not. If they're fucking up, you know, tell them they're fucking up.
Yeah. I was that way too.
I'd rather have them respect authority, even if you weren't all the way in the right. I'd rather back you up on, there's an adult here. You need to respect whether it was my same opinion or not. You need to respect when I'm not there or whatever.
I mean, you would know. I mean, if your kid did nothing wrong, right?
You can tell by their behavior.
Would know. You would totally know and be like, okay. You know, even though they're in this shitty situation.
That's the whole thing. Is out of the party between your kid and somebody else, you may not know that person, but you know your kid, and you know when they're bullshitting, and when they're not. And usually, clue into your parents who always want to take the side of your kids. It's when the story seems far-fetched on their part. That's usually when they're bullshitting. But you get this sixth sense for it because you know your kid. I mean, shit, you used to wipe their ass. So, I mean, you've known them for a lot of years. Now this adult comes in, and especially if the adult starts involving their emotions, then perhaps the adult's out of line, and you can genuinely see your kid's telling the truth, and you kind of go, all right, you back off, I'll deal with my kid. And then you get the side story from your kid and a no shit perspective, and what they could have done differently, and you address their behaviors at that point.
Yeah, I mean, shit like that does not happen out of nowhere. I mean, something has to have happened.
But it does. I do believe it takes a village to raise children.
Yeah.
So it's all right if my kid's playing over at your house and he's out of line, frickin' tell him. And if he don't listen, send him home and give me a call.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yep.
Because I'll ask my kid about it and I'll correct him if he's wrong.
And then, but you know, there's a lot of parents that don't agree to that. It's like,
your kid's not always right.
You know what those parents end up with? A kid that shoots up a place and they're like, where were the parents?
yeah.
Yep. You're absolutely right, dude. The ones that are entitled and no discipline.
Because if you're
never had a foot
in that
put up their ass.
position and you're like, fuck, my mom will beat my ass, you're likely to just shy away from that.
Yeah.
Well, this goes back to what we were talking about, how dudes don't get their ass kicked enough. It's the same problem with parenting these days. Parents don't kick their kids' ass enough. That's how you freaking straighten them out. You got to tune them up once in a while. I'm not saying you got to freaking ball up your fist and come unload on them, but damn it, spank them when they're little. They freaking get it through their head. Now, not all kids need to be spanked, but a lot of them do that I see don't get it.
I hear that conversation too. It's like, there's no reason to spank your children. It's like, it's not, you know, don't beat your kid.
Don't beat them. Well, here's and if you're not into physically disciplining your kid, here's the best way to do it. The best way to do it is cool off yourself, then dish out the punishment.
And honestly, some genuine disappointment is usually the biggest thing that will affect them.
With our youngest one, I could spank him all day long, wouldn't phase him. But boy, if you told him you were disappointed in him, his world would crumble.
There's ways to cause physical pain without even touching him. So that's something I did to my daughter.
Is this a 1-inch punch? Like
no. So I would have her.
It's like this.
Squat against the wall. Put her back against the wall. Then squat down to her where her
she was in a seated position.
Yeah, her hips are parallel to her knees, and then put her hands up. They have to be touching the wall, and I tell her stay there until I tell you to move, and I'll fucking walk away. Make her stay there, you know, and I come back, 5-6 minutes later, and she's fucking shaking.
Is that why she's not here tonight?
Yeah,
she's up against the wall right now.
I mean, there's ways to do it, and then they learn. She's fucking crying, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. But
you just became stronger. You're welcome.
It was like, yeah.
I had a buddy that was the one I was telling about the semen story. He said when he was in, I think, boot camp or whatever they call it in the Navy, I don't know. He said that they would make them take a pencil, hold it with 2 fingers straight out. They could not lower their arms. And he said, you get 2 minutes into that shit.
Or just make them plank and tell them don't move.
Yeah.
And keep them there.
I think we should do that right now. You got a pencil, Mike? Come on now.
Nope.
Pencil dick.
I type. I don't write things.
You're good.
I have a pen.
You're good. We don't have time for that. Straight out, no bends. Jesus, you're old.
I know. Did you hear that bone crack?
It wasn't even 2 minutes.
Holy shit.
Did you hear that bone crack when I did it? It's like, geez.
Holy fuck.
What time?
All right.
That's too long.
Look, if I want to work out, I'll go to the gym.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did we start this one? The clock on this one? This is going to go too long.
Yeah, we pretty much started. I think we were 2 minutes in when we started. It was showing about
just 2 minutes in. So we're at about probably an hour.
Too bad I'm not going.
9 hour and 10 minutes.
Too bad I wasn't recording.
Well, folks, I think we're going to wrap it up here then. What do you guys think?
All right. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, family. Go ahead and turn on your bell notifications. Am I missing anything?
No, I think
I gotta watch more YouTube. And comment below.
Smack that like button.
Yeah, make sure
Tell
you
your
hit the
friends
like
we're
button.
trying to get up over that 50
helps.
subscriber mark.
It helps with the algorithm. That makes me sound smart. So,
We kind of talked about nothing, but we made it.
what are you talking about, dude? I brought pink to the table. My rants. Next week I'll talk about the Tate
It's
brothers
not like
and
we
what
just talked
Romania's
about
doing
Hawaii
to keep
for
them
40 minutes.
jailed.
I can start.
No, we don't need this go 2 hours.
All right.
We're good. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching. Aloha.
Konnichiwa. Window and just film it through the.
Maybe.
It's cold out there.
Maybe. All right.
Should I change my hat?
You got another MAGA hat?
I got a Keep America Great hat. I got a CAG. It's a CAG hat.
Okay. All right, and we're rolling here.
I'll just keep this one on backwards.
We're rolling. Where's Justin?
Rolling. What? Rolling. Come on. Rolling.
From you, thanks, man.
Yeah, bro.
Moolah.
Yeah, bro.
Moolah.
Freaking not even fast food is cheap these days. So, it used to be like that was the cheap gut plug when you needed to eat something. It ain't that way no more.
Just
Rolling.
Just start before Justin show. Hey.
Oh, orderly.
Oh shit, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just getting naked. Don't get naked on camera. We don't. Oh shit.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Yes.
Okay, I can't eat this shit.
Yes.
See?
See?
No, I don't even stink.
Go on your.
By the way, though, you did drop ass during that podcast.
No, I don't think I did.
Somebody did, because I did get a whiff.
He
of
said
ass.
that he might need to take a shit. So I'm guessing it was Alvin.
I did.
I like your shirt. It's fine. No, it's
took a
fine.
shit.
Everything's fine.
I took a shit. Look, what time is it? It's fucking 1:30 in the morning.
1:30 in the morning, and we're
We-
still
we're gonna
podcasting. You know what?
finish today.
That's what happens.
Hawaii is 3 hours behind.
When you do a line every time you the bear does one.
We're gonna do this before the fucking sun comes up? What's wrong with this? Oh my god, it's this island.
You're the one who's not ready. Me and Justin are good to go. Justin's even probably got stories. I got
You
stories.
have to let it
I don't even know we're gonna get to all these stories.
God. Fucking cold in here.
Dude, when I turn the heat down, you say it's cold. When I turn the heat up, you're like, oh, it's fucking hot in here. It's like you Hawaiians are, like, if it's not between 72 and 74,
Yeah.
on a perfect 73
Exactly.
degrees.
You can't. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. It's all about you, Mike.
Just say this.
You can't even
already.
set the freaking temperature right. All right, we're rolling. We are. Sure you can.
All right.
Sure you can.
Oh, crying out loud.
Oh, you can.
Oh yeah. Test. Okay, we are rolling.
Good thing Mike's got his rant to go on today.
Five,
Do I?
Your rant.
2,